Hello everyone, a very good morning to you all. Children, yesterday we had started with a new and fresh chapter that was the Happy Prince. Okay, so today we'll be continuing till where we had left yesterday. So children, till now what we have read that the Happy Prince always had stayed happy throughout his life. He did not know what difficulties are, what sorrow is, what misery is. Okay, why? Because he was a king. He lived in a huge palace. He had all the comforts, all the luxuries. He had such high standard of living that sadness couldn't even come to that palace. He never knew what sadness was until when he was dead. They made a big statue of him, and the statue was so big that it couldn't see the entire city. Okay, that time he saw that people are in so much pain, they are in so much problems, they are unhappy. There are so poor people who are not able to fulfill their basic necessities of food, clothing, shelter. They are so poor every day. How they are surviving by doing such hard work, and they are not even getting one meal a day. He became very sad. He kept on weeping. Okay, so this was all about. He met a swallow. Swallow is a bird. Okay, the conversation with the swallow, how he explained that I could see an old woman, she's so poor. Okay, she's doing her work, she's having nothing to eat. Okay, the boy is so ill, he's crying, he needs food. Okay, so till then here, swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword? My feet are fastened to the pedestal and I cannot move. Okay, so he requests the swallow that, see, I cannot move. I am on this passage. My feet are all stuck up. I cannot move. I can see everyone. I can feel the pain, but I cannot help them directly. So couldn't you do one thing? From my sword, the ruby which is shining, please take this ruby and give it to her so that she can sell it and live her life properly. Because he says, why? I don't need the ruby. What will I do with that ruby? I am waited for in Egypt. My friends are flying up and down the Nile and talking to the large lotus flower. Soon they'll go to sleep. Now children, this swallow had also made plans. Okay, he said that my friends are waiting there. The prince asked the swallow to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Okay, the prince said, please, that the swallow, that for one night you can stay with me and be my messenger. Messenger is someone who transfers or transmits the messages on any other thing. The boy is so thirsty and the mother so sad. I don't think I like boys. I want to go to Egypt. Okay, so the swallow, children, was not interested in any of those difficulties or sorrows that they were having, but he was just interested in going to Egypt. Why? Because he told that his friends are also coming there and he wants to reach there on time. But the happy prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. It is very cold here, but he agreed to stay with him for one night and be his messenger. Okay, at last when he was convinced. How was he convinced? By looking at the sad face of the happy prince. He was looking so sad, so depressed, that the swallow agreed to stay there and be his messenger. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. The swallow picked out the great ruby from prince's sword and flew away with it in its beak over the roofs of the town. Okay, so the swallow took the ruby and it went towards the house. He passed by the cathedral tower where the white marble angels were sculptured as in statues were made out of white marbles. Okay, he passed from that area. He passed by a palace and heard the sound of dancing. A beautiful girl came out on the balcony with her lover. Okay, now children, why they are telling all these happy places while that swallow is going? He's telling that still people are so happy. So can't these kind of people help those poor people? They are so much involved into their life, into their happiness, that they never even tend to see that there are miseries. If we are in a position to help someone, we should always do that. But they are not bothered. Why? Because they are so much happy in their life that they have not thought about this ever, that someone could also be sad. This point of view has not even come inside their heads. I hope my dress will be ready in time for state ball. I have ordered flowers to be embroidered on it, but the seamstress are so lazy. Okay, now she's talking to her lover that I have given state ball as in children, a salsa kind of a thing. Ball over here refers to a big gown, okay, with all the flares, okay, with all the cans. That is a ball gown, okay, very fluffy. So she is saying that seamstress, right now we have been told that how the seamstress is busy in her work, how much she's occupied in making of that gown. And here that lady who's the owner of the gown, how she is saying that seamstress is so lazy. See, he passed over the river and saw the lanterns hanging on the mast of the ships. At last he came to the poor woman's house and looked it. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed. Okay, tossing means he was karvat badalna, as in, okay, he was facing this side, that side. He was feeling very uneasy. Okay, why? Because he was having fever, his body was weak. And laid the great ruby on the table beside the women's thimble. Okay, now what did he do? He kept that ruby on the table. Then he flew gently round the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. Fanning means हवा देने के लिए. With his wings he fanned that whatever sweat is coming or he is feeling uneasy, that easy breeze will help him. How cool I feel! I must be getting better. And he sank into a delicious slumber. Okay, slumber as in he slept. Okay, he said, wow, I'm feeling so good. He was feeling very uneasy. Then slowly he went to a slumber. He went to sleep. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. It is curious, but I feel quite warm now, although it's so cold. He's saying that this is so strange that I have helped the poor person, the poor woman and the boy, and I'm feeling very warm, very nice from inside. Okay, my heart is filled with so much warmth, even if outside it's so cold. That is because you have done a good action. And the little swallow began to think and then fell asleep. Thinking always made him sleepy. Okay, now when he thought that wow, this has happened, I have done such a noble deed, thinking he went to sleep. When day broke, he flew down to the river and had a bath. Tonight I go to Egypt, said the swallow, and he was in high spirits at the prospectus. You can see in the picture it is made. Swallow is outside, baby is sleeping, and mother is making that gown. Ruby is also kept now. He's visited all the monuments and sat a long time on the top of the church steeple. Steeple as in the cross that is made. He sat over there for a long time. When the moon rose, he flew back to the happy prince. Okay, he again went there. Have you any commissions for Egypt? I am just starting. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Will you stay with me one night more longer? Okay, so again prince asked for the favor that if one more day that swallow can stay with him, might be he can help another set of people, another family. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince. Far away across the city, I see a young man in a garret. He's leaning over the desk covered with papers, and in the glass by his side there's a bunch of withered violets. Garret as in a bar, maybe. He's saying that I can see a young man. He is so lethargic, that he's so sad, he's so depressed, as if he doesn't want to live anymore. He's sitting there, okay, very sadly. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as pomegranate. Pomegranate as in a fruit, anar, okay, that is red in color. So same way that is being compared to the lips. And he has large and dreamy eyes. Dreamy eyes, what does it refer? It refers that the person wants to do something in life, okay? That person dreams, wants to achieve his dreams, has so much, wants so much from life. He is trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but it's too cold to write anymore. There is no fire in the grate, and hunger made him faint. Okay, he said that he's trying to finish a play. Okay, so we've come to know that he's working on a play. He says that, but it is too cold that he cannot write. It happens now when it is too cold, our hands doesn't work. It shivers. The pen, the writing is not coming out properly. Why? Because it's very cold. Okay. So he says that there is no fire also in that particular area. Okay. And hunger, because he is hungry, that made him faint. Faint means behosh. I'll wait with you one night longer, said the swallow, who really had a good heart. Okay. King had a good heart, that we have come to know. But this little swallow, children, it also had a good heart. Okay. It also could feel the pain which the prince wanted to explain to him. It had really reached his heart. He asked if he could take another ruby to the young playwright. Alas, I have no ruby now. He said that if you have another ruby, I can help him out. I can give another ruby. Said the prince, my eyes are all that I have left. They are made of rare sapphires. I had told you they are made of rare gems, very costly, which were brought out of India thousands of years ago. He ordered the swallow to pluck out one of them and take it to the playwright. Playwright, the writer of the play. He said that you take out that one eye from my face and give it to him. He ordered the swallow to pluck out one of them and take it. He will sell it to the jeweler and buy firewood and finish his play. He said that ultimately you will give him, he will sell it. He'll have those woods for fire, and then he could easily finish his play. Dear prince, said the swallow, I cannot do that. And he began to weep. He said that I am not feeling good. Your eyes will be gone. How will you look? I don't want to do that. And he started crying. Okay. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, do as I command you. Says, do as I command you, do as I instruct you. Do it. Okay. Don't feel sorry. Don't feel sad. Just do it. Okay, children. Now the rest thing we'll do it later on. Okay. Or let's complete one more para. So the swallow plucked out the prince's eye and flew to the young man's garret. Okay, his place where he was lying. It was easy enough to get in, as there was no hole in the roof. As there was a hole in the roof. Okay. Now we have come to know that on the roof, on the ceiling part, there was a hole. Okay, there was a hole. So ultimately, children, he was feeling very cold because air was continuously coming inside his room. Okay, so that swallow came that easily I could go inside with the help of that hole. The young man had his head buried in his hand. Okay, as if we put our hands on our head when we are not feeling good or when we are very tensed or depressed. So he did not hear the flutter of the bird's wings. Flutter means when a bird flies, it flutters, na? The sound is known as fluttering sound when the wing goes up and down, okay? And when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire lying on the withered violets. Withered means murjhaye hue violets, okay? That is useless, withered, worn out, gone out, okay? Do read it, children, till I have taught you, tomorrow also and right now also. Again, read it from the beginning, okay? You will understand it more clearly, okay?